team rebounded from Saturday. A couple of guys talked about you guys coming out flat and not being as focused and energized. Can you kind of feel a different aura around practice this week?
Yeah, we're really focused on just getting off to good starts in practice, because we know that if how we practice is how we're going to play. So if we start practice good, if we're in that flow of getting off to a fast start, that's how we're going to be in the game. So in practice this week, we're really just focused on bringing the energy early and just trying to maintain it and just keep it going.
Do you think it's often the practice the day before the game that's most telling of how you guys are going to play the next day?
Yeah, for sure. And you see that from game to game. Like I said before, practice directly translates into how you play. So if you have a flat practice, you're going to have a flat game.
How important was the Wooden legacy for you? You had kind of a few big offensive games. You've always been a defensive player, but it kind of seems like you've polished up your offensive game even more and kind of had a breakout tournament there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good chance for me to kind of show what I can do on the offensive side, because like you said, people have always kind of seen me, and my role on the team has always just kind of been a defensive player, but in that tournament I was able to get looks, finish on looks, get some points up on the board and just show that I'm not just a defensive player. I can also pull my own on the offensive end.
Was there anything over the summer that you really looked at to kind of focus on to tune up the offensive game, or was it maybe just more of an expanded role and people are seeing you more now on the court?
Kind of a little bit of both, but one thing that I really worked on was my perimeter game. And because one thing last year is, I couldn't shoot three last year. I was just a no threat out there. So over the summer I worked really hard on expanding my range, and this year I feel comfortable out there. I feel comfortable being out on the perimeter, handling the ball a little bit, and getting up a three every now and then. So I've really just expanded, like you said, expanded my role on the team, but I've also expanded my game, stretched it out to the three-point line.
Is that something that people are going to see? Are you going to let a few fly here in the next few weeks and kind of expand that and really let it show on the stat sheet maybe?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's something, because especially when we start playing bigs that aren't comfortable guarding out all the way three-point line, all of a sudden I become that stretch guy, pull them out. And yeah, coach is for sure looking to use that.
It's kind of a part of this team that it seems like everyone can do. Is it kind of infectious that all your teammates can do it, you want to start doing it, and so everyone kind of learns how to shoot the three?
Yeah, and that's kind of how the system is set up. Is everybody, there's guards and bigs, but you got to be able to run every position. And so the more you can play both positions, the more you can get on the floor, more looks, more touches you can get.
I believe it's going to be your first game playing at Idaho. But what have you kind of heard about the Cowan Spectrum? It's kind of a unique setting in the middle of the football field, and
yeah.
You're excited to play there?
I'm actually really excited to play, because driving over to Moscow every now and then you see the Kibbie Dome out there and stuff, and I've never been inside, so this will be a cool experience for me to go in and see it. And coach has been talking about it's a crazy environment. The whole town, both towns come out and get involved in everything. So I'm really excited for the atmosphere and for the environment.
So the team's really struggled in the first half this season. What do you think the biggest problem is with that? What have you guys been doing to work on that?
It's mostly our energy when we come out in the we get going through warm-ups, game starts, and we're just flat. And that's one thing that coach is really looking to work on, and that's what we've been working on in practice a lot, is just starting practice with high energy, high reps, high everything, and just get going earlier. Right after we get warmed up, just go.
So you come off the bench. You've been coming off the bench a lot. What do you think your role is with the team, and how do you think? What do you want to do when you come out on the floor off the bench?
I think my role on the team is just to bring energy off the bench, bring a defensive presence, and really just bring a physical mindset onto the floor. So when I come out on the floor, it might be 6-7 minutes into the game and everybody's kind of getting tired and stuff, just to come in there and just be a spark off the bench, just get in, bring the energy back up, and keep us attacking.
Idaho seems to be a pretty guard-oriented team this year. What's your impression of them after watching the film?
They definitely are a disciplined team. After watching them on film, they run a lot of sets and they're very good at executing, and they're really disciplined over there. And that's something that we're gonna have to lock in on, is how efficient they are. And if we break down, they expose us. So that's something that we've been going over and making sure that we don't break down on defense. So it's going to be a test of our ability to lock in and really focus on the game plan.
Being a Utah guy, did you grow up following the Utah State program and Stu Morrill at all? Don Verlin was one of his assistant for that program for a long time.
Yeah.
Did you kind of follow them?
Oh yeah, for sure. Just being around. Stu Morrill, you hear about him whether you're a basketball fan or not in Utah. Yeah. He's just one of those guys you hear about.
Do you see any kind of similarities between that Utah State system and what Idaho's running over there in Moscow?
Oh yeah, for sure. They're both kind of the, bring it down the floor, run sets until you get an open look. And it's like there's not a lot of, I wouldn't say there's not, you know, they definitely run in transition, but it's more of the old school come down, run sets, you know, the fundamentals kind of a thing, and just get an open look.
Did you want to play for Utah State at all growing up in Utah, or is that a program that you kind of looked at all, or not as much?
No.
Yeah. All right.